I'm Linda Elsiegood, founder of the LDN Research Trust. It has been my honour to interview LDN researchers, prescribers, pharmacists and patients from around the world for many conditions. Thank you for joining us.
This evening I'm joined by Eric from the United States, who uses LDN for allergies. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Delighted to be aboard.
And literally aboard, you've just been telling me you're out on your boat, so that would be wonderful. Could you tell us when you first heard about LDN?
I heard about it about 2 years ago from a physician who was a friend and who practices functional integrative medicine.
Mm-hmm. And how bad were your allergies at that time?
They were debilitating. I use it, it's my term is generalized catastrophic allergic responses, because they were catastrophic and they were everything from food to environment to chemicals to pollens to even detergents in the grocery store.
Goodness.
Would do it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go on.
So what symptoms did you have?
It would be a chronic sinusitis, hives, itching, watery eyes, and difficulty breathing and asthma.
I can understand why you're saying it's debilitating.
Yeah, and it was. And the issue is that the drugs to treat all of that all had their share of dangers and interactions with other medicines and other effects that were that I did not want. So within 3 days of starting the LDN, the symptoms dissolved. And that was shocking to me because I have tried everything on the market. I've seen multiple specialists of multiple pedigrees, and I was at the end of the rope. It was, we can't do anything else for you. And so this has been truly a blessing.
Mm-hmm. And when you first started, did you notice any side effects?
None. The person prescribing it recommended I take it in the morning versus at night to avoid the potential for insomnia. Mm-hmm. But it has been the only effect is the benefit of the allergy. I have a good friend who's a cardiologist and who says there's no such thing as a side effect to a drug. There are only effects. Some you want, some you don't. That's very true. Mm-hmm. So I got all the effects I wanted and none that I did not want. And I was able to have the LDN compounded for me. I get it compounded with a year's worth at a time. And it's so ridiculously inexpensive that it's just not a problem at all. And what my physician friend told me was that it replaces, in some situations, drugs like Humira, which in the States might run $3,000 a month. And I pay $200 a year for a year's worth of the LDN. So I'm not expecting the pharmaceutical industry to embrace it anytime soon.
Yes. I'm thinking, when you started and you had this amazing results with LDN, how long would you say it took for all the allergies to settle down?
Days. Literally days.
Really?
And and the interesting thing also was that I was very gluten sensitive, and I had that documented with the gluten testing, mm-hmm. and I recently redid the testing, and the testing was normal. So I tease that I can go out and have a beer and a pizza with anybody I choose now, and without symptoms. So I could literally document the effects with medical testing.
Wow, that is truly an amazing story, isn't it? If we could manage to get everybody with all these allergies to try LDN. Yeah,
and again, I'm not a physician, but as a dentist, I'm a very curious soul, and I can think of many situations where it ought to be initial care, And if it doesn't work, to try something more extensive, expensive, and potentially complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the way it is here at all. And I mentioned earlier before this recording went on to you that I had a minor hospitalization. And the frustrating part was that because nobody was aware of what the stuff was, is that they thought I was on naltrexone for addiction. And I'm not addicted to anything. But and there's a big difference between 50 milligrams and 2 milligrams. But again, conquering ignorance is probably the first challenge.
Yes. What would you say to anybody who's got allergies who would like to investigate LDN?
Is to find medical practitioners who practice functional integrative medicine. And in the States here, the medical schools usually have a department of functional integrative medicine within the facility. I know there's one in San Francisco where my daughter lives, and there's one right here in the University of Maryland Medical School. But I would drive a long distance to find somebody who is competent and experienced in the use of this modality. And it exists. You just have to look for it. But with the internet, it's not hard to find things.
No, we actually have a list of many, many doctors around the world in different parts. So if anybody does need any help, if they contact us, we'll be able to pass on details of doctors in their area.
Yeah.
And thank you very much again for sharing your experience with us. What a remarkable result.
Well, I will remember this phone call for a long time, particularly with the scenery here in Maryland. And I will share a photograph.
Thank you.
Take care.
Do you have LDN experience to share? If so, please email me, linda@ldnrt.org. I look forward to hearing from you.